What is up, Janksters? It's your boy Graham, also known as HamHawks42 on the internet, and today we're looking at a very special deck that is near and dear to my heart, and that is Fires of Invention. That is a card that is banned in pretty much every format where it's legal, or it would be legal, except for one, and that is Explorer. It is still legal as printed at 4 mana in Explorer. Absolutely delightful, be still my heart. So naturally, I decided to build a deck around it, because I love this card, it's very cool, it allows you to do some crazy busted things that frankly should never be allowed on a Magic the Gathering table, and that's exactly what we're going to be doing today. This is a combo that's actually an older one. If you're familiar with the channel and have been around for a couple years, you may have seen me do this before, back when Fires was legal the first go around. And that is Purphoros, Bronze-Blooded. So we're leveraging Purphoros alongside Fires of Invention because all the mana that we don't spend casting our spells can be spent to activate Purphoros' ability. So the goal is we get a bunch of big red fatties in our hand, cast out Purphoros, possibly one of those big fatties as well on the same turn with Fires down, and then activate Purphoros' ability to just get extra bodies on board. On top of that, if one of those fatties that we're either cheating out or playing out is Ilharg the Raze Boar, Ilharg says that whenever Ilharg attacks, you can actually put another creature from your hand onto the battlefield tapped and attacking. So the goal of this deck, as you can imagine, is to go from a 0 or very minimal board presence to being absolutely overwhelming and presenting lethal out of nowhere. And the best part is, Purphoros gives everybody haste. So they're all swinging the turn they come in. I say everybody. Purphoros actually does not give himself haste, which is kind of unfortunate, but that's okay. It is what it is. But yeah, so that's the idea. So what fatties are we cheating in? Well, we've got Combustible Gearhulk. It's a 6/6 first striker for 6. When it ETBs, target opponent may have you draw 3 cards. Hey, I like drawing cards. That's nice. Or, if the player doesn't, you mill 3 cards, and then the Gearhulk deals damage equal to the total mana value of the cards milled. And we have some chunky spells in here, so that can be a lot of damage if the opponent wants to roll those dice. So that's there. We also have Terror of Mount Vellus. This is a phenomenal card that combines really, really nicely with Ilharg. Because if Ilharg attacks and cheats in a Terror of Mount Vellus, all of a sudden your entire team has double strike. There's very little your opponent can do in that situation most of the time, which is nice because it's a lot of damage, 10 of which has flying, 12 of which has trample in Ilharg themselves. It's just absolutely beautiful. So how do we set this up? So obviously we have Fires to do that. We have Drawn from Dreams. This is a 4-drop that we can cast for free if Fires of Invention is online in the same turn that we cast Fires, which is pretty great. That's just 8 mana of value right away on turn 4. Pretty nice. And Drawn from Dreams says you look at the top 7 cards of your library, put 2 of them into your hand, the rest on the bottom in a random order. That allows us to grab the lands that we need to make sure we can hit the 5 and 6 drop spells that we're going to be casting, and also get some of those 5 and 6 drop creature spells into our hand. So that we can set up what we're doing. We also have Brazen Borrower and Bonecrusher Giant to help stall the board in the early game and present a body that can deal some damage, usually to our opponent's creatures. That's usually what we're trying to do. Like Bonecrusher Giant and Brazen Borrower, like in this deck, trading them in combat is not the end of the world, because we want to survive. We need to survive turns 1 through 5, really, realistically, in order to pop off with what we're doing. So we have Bonecrusher Giant, Brazen Borrower, and then also to that end, we have Anger of the Gods and Sweltering Suns. So this gives us 6 3-drop board wipes that we can use to stop those pesky aggro decks from taking over the game and beating us down before we can set up our engine. Also, Sweltering Suns can cycle later in the game, which is kind of cool. And Anger of the Gods isn't here because it exiles as well. So that's why we're not running 4 Sweltering Suns in place of, 4 and 2 or something like that. But if it's late in the game and we don't have action in our hand and we top deck a Sweltering Suns, we can cycle it, and if Fires of Invention is online, the mana that we spent to cycle it doesn't go towards the spells anyway. So that's kind of nice. Speaking of mana that doesn't go towards spells anyway, that we can just get for free, basically, we also have Keruga the Macrosage in our Companion Zone. So Keruga the Macrosage is pretty nice. With the way that companions operate nowadays, it works in such a way that you pull them to your hand for 3 mana. That is considered an ability, I believe. That's considered an activated ability that is completely... Actually, I think it's like a special ability or something like that. Like, you can't even counter it with Stifle, if I recall correctly. But it's... in any event, it's not a spell. And so we do still have to pay that mana. However, we're not casting a spell, so Fires of Invention kind of doesn't care about it, which is nice. So if Fires is online, at any point, once Fires is online, we can pay 3, pull Keruga to our hand, and then if we still have a 5-drop spell that we can cast for the turn on Fires of Invention, we can just rip Keruga and draw a bunch of cards. That's actually really cool. It's a great way to help set us up once Fires is online, as long as we can get 5 lands. That's actually really the key there. So, in short, that's the deck. We also have a couple of creature lands, because those are also mana sinks. In 2 Down to the Bugbear and 2 Hollow Storm Giants, those are also mana sinks that also put more power on the board that we can grant Double Strike to later. So that's pretty cool as well. And because we don't have any 1-drops and we have a lot of situations in which tap lands aren't that big of a deal, we're also running 4 Temple of Epiphany. Also, the Scry is incredibly valuable because we... The Scry is incredibly valuable because we will not see that many cards throughout the course of the game, because our goal is to end the game. We want to make our opponent think that they have the upper hand and can win the game by turn 7 or 8, but we're going to kill them by turn 6, so it's all good. You know, that's generally the way this deck works, because it goes from nothing on board or very little on board to a complete overwhelm that just ends our opponent's career. It's great. And it seems to be pretty well positioned in Explorer right now. So let's jump out onto the ladder with this. Also, this is currently a best of 1 deck. I am interested in possibly converting it into a best of 3 deck, however. So if you have suggestions for cards that would fit in the sideboard to combat the current Explorer meta, I would love to hear them. Please leave those in the comment section below. And while you're down there, if you wouldn't mind liking and subscribing, it would make a huge difference. So thank you very much, and let's get to the gameplay. So in this situation, we have the adventure creatures, we have great mana, and the Sweltering Suns. I think this is a keep. Now, we don't have fires, we don't have perf, we don't have access to Ilharg yet, so we're going to be counting on Brazen Barber and Bonecrusher to be carrying the show here for a little bit. Plus, this Scry is going to be pretty useful. Terror is nice, but to be honest, I think we need some more setup pieces before we can reliably hit a 7-drop, so I think that's a go. I think it's a Scry to the bottom. All right. We're going to play out the mountain. We're going to be sitting with Bonecrusher and Brazen back. Well, we're going to be sitting with Stomp and Petty Theft back, but... you know what? I'm actually going to go aggressive, because they just foretold something, and they're in Dimir. So in this situation, I'm going to go ahead and stomp them in the face and play out a Bonecrusher. We are going to be taking the beatdown approach for now. Let's see if this lasts, or let's see if this is the right choice. We shall see. All right, dope. We do have Fires of Invention, and I'm going to follow Fires of Invention up with a free Petty Theft to basically time walk them and put the Replicating Ring back into their hand. Kind of a jerk move, but I totally stand by it. Because they just invested 3 mana on that, and I just don't want them to have it. Now, we are in a situation where we do not have... we do not have our 5th land, which is a bit of an issue. They're going to play out the Replicating Ring again, and do they hit their land drop for the turn? That is the question. Yes, they do. Ooh, interesting. And it's actually Rakdos. So they are in red as well. They're in Grixis. Okay, Grixis. Good old Grixis. I'm actually going to cycle our Sweltering Suns here, and we are really hoping to hit a land. You know, we don't, but we hit our Drawn from Dreams. That'll do. We're going to grab a Temple of Epiphany. I'm actually going to grab 2 Temples of Epiphany here, because we have Fires of Invention. Now, one thing I realized in the deck I didn't really go and do. What does Fires do? Fires of Invention is a card that allows you to free cast up to 2 spells with mana value equal to the number of lands that you control. So if you have 4 lands on the battlefield, you can cast 2 4-drops. If you have 5 lands on the battlefield, you can cast 2 5-drops, etc., etc. Oh snap, they are on fires as well. This has an opportunity to get dangerous. We have to exile a card here. I'm not happy about that, but I'm going to lose Big Bad Bone Daddy. Combustible Gearhulk, what do you do, opponent? What do you do, opponent? Oh, they take the spin! And we deal 17 damage directly to their face. Booyah. We also had Well, 17 damage on the board, so that was gonna be game regardless. So that was 2 fires decks smashing heads. Ours came out on top. Awesome. You'll love to see it. Let's go on to the next game. I see Anger of the Gods. I see Bonecrusher Giant. I see a keep. It's not amazing, but it could be a heck of a lot worse. All right. Ilharg. Beautiful big pig. There you are. All right, so they're on Teamer. Showing the Keruga Triome. Well, I should say they're at least on Teamer. They might be 5-color for all I know at this point. Growth Spiral. Oh, you know what? They're probably on 4-color Omnath. That's probably what we're seeing here. Yup. There's the, yeah, that's a thing. I'm gonna be face here. We're gonna go aggro. We do have the Anger of the Gods back in case the old Lotus Cobra, or if they're trying to do any Scoot Swarm shenanigans, Anger of the Gods can deal with that pretty comfortably, so that's nice. Those, of course, they have a Dollhouse of Horror. Chances of that, very low, but still, you never know. But at this point, they have all the 4 colors that they need for Omnath. They just need a 4th land. Preferably a red one, I believe, if they really want to. Or a blue one, that works too. Omnath. There he is. Now, I don't have targeted removal that can deal with Omnath. So that's a bit of an issue, unfortunately. I'm attacking into that all day, though. Yeah, I didn't think so. I'm going to pull Keruga to hand. All right. Now, if we top deck Fires, it's going to save us 2 life from the Steam Vents, which is nice. I like that. So the Fabled Passage with Omnath down, that's pretty good. They gain all the mana. So now they can hit like a Genesis Ultimatum or something huge. Golos, that works too, because that pulls another land into play. Now, I'm pretty sure Field of the Dead is banned in Pioneer and therefore banned in Explorer, but if not, it's coming out right here. World Tree, that's a fine hit, though. I cannot be mad at that. I mean, I could be, but I don't think it'd be reasonable. Another Growth Spiral, sure. Yet another Growth Spiral. Might as well attack with Omnath. Well, alright. Brazen Bar was not bad here. I don't hate it. Don't exactly love it either, though. I'm being a little bit aggressive here because we have the Anger of the Gods. We can get Golos off out of the picture with this, which is nice. I like that. I like getting Golos out of the picture. I'm going to pay 2 life for that. So we have the Brazen Borrower up. Alright. Golos has an activated ability that makes me very nervous. Now, they can crack the Fabled Passage in response to this, which would be kind of a bummer, because that would just free roll Omnath back onto the field. Because it would give them the mana they need to cast him. But this is going to slow him down mana-wise, which is nice. It does draw him a card, which sucks, but it is what it is. Now, a Bonecrusher off the top would be ideal here. But that also means that they don't attack us with Omnath, so that's nice. I like that. Escape to the Wilds, good lord. Well, they're running Urabrask Heretic Praetor. That's interesting. Yeah, so this is Omnath just popping off doing Omnath things. I mean, but at the same time, I'm over here playing Fires of Invention. So guess who needs to not complain? This guy right here, big time. I'm gonna throw it on the big pig. Mostly because we just need 6/6. We need a 6/6 body on board. But if they rip the Genesis Ultimatum, I'm pretty sure we're humped here no matter what happens. Yeah, we didn't hit fires. This is really what it comes down to. We didn't hit fires, and those Anger of the Gods weren't positioned particularly well to deal with what our opponent was doing. I also got a little bit greedy early with an attack on the with the Bonecrusher Giant. That might have been ill-advised. Well, this is going to deal 4 directly to our face. Oh, no, but if they hit another land drop, which I believe they still can. Yep, there it is. That's 4 to our face. Don't love that. And they have a smashing success for Ilharg, which means that Omnath can swing in. That's game. Yeah, bummer, yo. All right, that one wasn't our game. That one was not our game. But it's all good. These things happen. Win some, you lose some. Let's move on to the next game. I say we give this a try. We don't have our fires. Our mana's not bad. We've been getting pretty lucky with decent 3-land hands. So that's nice. And we're gonna have all the duels. All of them. Every last duel. I see Boros. Shimmer of Possibility. That's interesting. So they're on the old Jess guy. Alright, we got 6 cards in hand. We could pull Keruga in, but I think I'd rather keep up the cycling for Sweltering Suns. I want to get some more intel on what our opponent's doing. Well, they're dirtling with their hand right now is what they're doing. And as a result, their mid-game to late-game plan is going to be significantly more dialed in than mine. Alright, we're going to cycle the Sweltering Suns because it's clearly not doing much work for us here. And we're drawing to yet another land. Okay. Okay. Fortunately for us, our opponent's not applying any pressure. That's something, but this isn't looking good for our heroes so far. Wow, yet more land. Yucko. And we cycled into even more land. Blood Sun? Sure. So now they have Lotus Field. This is definitely a Jeskai control situation. Let's see if Perf sticks. Probably not. They have 3 mana up. That's a counterspell and a half. Yeah. Yeah, we waited way too long. Control is the bane of this deck's existence. Like, they have double Lotus Field? Sure. We aren't gonna resolve another spell for this game, the next game, and the game after that. That's how hard we're gonna get countered in this game. We're gonna try, though. We're gonna try. I know what you're thinking. Why didn't you cast fires there? Well, because I know it's gonna get countered. Ooh, a Perf Nasty sticks. They must have some kind of exile effect for it. Yeah, look at Awakening. Interesting. Okay. Oh, and they just mortgage their whole hand. Huh. Okay. Oh, they're just gonna tuck Perf. Sure, that's fine. Oh, no, they're not. Oh, ooh. All right. All right. So you're telling me there's a chance. Just fire stick. Just fire stick. Holy crap, fire sticks. I'm amazed. I'm confused. I'm elated. Does Ilharg stick? Probably not. But man, we can dream, can't we? Marshall the Road on fires? Too late now, dog. I got the value. Alright, we're good. I mean, yeah, do I want it to stick around for next turn? Sure. But going after Big Daddy T. Also going after Big Daddy T. I want him off the field. It is that simple. And I would like to draw more lands, please. Thank you. So many lands. All right. But fortunately for us, we're drawing cards. That's great. We like this. We like drawing cards. Drawing cards is our friend. All right. Looks like our opponent is also drawing lands. Quite a few of them, in fact. So that was a situation where we just made our opponent have it, and it paid off well for us. Now, they have all the mana in the world, so I'll be surprised if they don't Fae of Wishes into something here. Maybe something that can... Or they can just Farewell. That works, too. Yeah, that card's a bit of a problem. Big Daddy P sticks. Pretty happy about that. I want to make them spend their mana on Teferi because I like to do that because I'm kind of a jerk face. All right. All right. Fortunately for us, we have all the mana in the world. Like, that's just something we need. Unfortunately, we have it. Now, our opponent has all the mana in the world as well, and they are starting to draw cards. I'm not a fan of that. They just grabbed up a Bonecrusher. Interesting. So they're going to stomp our face first, or they're just going to rip it out? Marshall the Ruler Light on Perf. That sucks badly. I do not like that. I do not approve. No one did get my approval on that particular memo. Now we're going to attempt to play Ilharg. There's one card our opponent has in hand that we have not seen yet. Is it a counterspell? Because now is the time to rip it if it is, and it appears that it is not. And because we are in the situation where it appears that our opponent does not have a counterspell, I'm also going to stick the Brazen Borrower. Now, if they have a board wipe, I'll be sad. That's okay. It is not. It is Valakut Awakening. They're doing more hand manipulation. They have not had particularly good luck on the draw in this game, and I am okay with that. Because that is exactly what we need in order to hold on. That said, they have hit us with a Farewell. They did hit us with a couple marches to slow down what we're trying to do, so... They've done their job. Storm's Wrath. Alright, if they have a Bonecrusher or something like that to follow it up. Narset, that'll do. I believe she can ping. Yeah. Yet another Lotus Field. This time no Blood Sun. I think we just win here. They've got something. Or they're just digging really hard for something. The Terror of Mount Vellus was exactly what we needed off the top. It was nothing short of phenomenal for us. And I'm activating the Den of the Bugbear so that we can get in for some additional damage with the double strike. Yeah. Oh, that felt good. Good game, opponent. Good game, Project D. All right. So that is what this deck's trying to do. Even through the control, we were able to establish enough threats so that we were able to take down our opponent. So that was a fun example of what this deck can do. Even if you have to kind of be a little flexible, be a little creative, and come up with kind of a plan B. At the end of the day, Ilharg into Mount Vellus wins games. It's an awesome combo, and I absolutely adore it. Thank you so much for checking out the video, and thank you for making it till the end. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed this, please check out other deck techs that are on the channel. I would really appreciate that. I actually do janky brews like this on a pretty regular basis. I also do videos explaining confusing cards or mechanics. If you're newer at the game, those are available as well. So please hit that subscribe button. It would make a huge difference to the channel. Yeah, and I look forward to catching you on the next one. So have a phenomenal day, and I'll see you then.